Dear learners and friends and viewers, welcome to my third class in RMG and merchandising. Today I'm going to take my third class, and on the first class and second class we discuss about very basic merchandising. On first class we discussed about the apparel merchandising, what is apparel merchandising, and total about merchandising cycle. And on the second class we discussed about the what sorts of knowledge should have of a merchandiser, and what sort of quality also should have. It's the vast sector, and a merchandiser have to handle a billion of dollars business. So but to handle this business, of course, a merchandiser should have very careful and have to have very sharp. And today I'm going to take on my third class, and on third class we discussed about the total merchandising flow chart. Total merchandising flow chart, I'm going to say, see, from marketing, then taking order, then up to a shipment, then fund, up to fund realization, you can say. So a vast work, and the total work divided into, a long queue. As it is long queue, that's why I've divided into two class. This merchandising follow chart I will take in two class, and third class and fourth class. Third class I will discuss on some point, and fourth class I will cover the pull up. So before starting third class today, just I would like to share some point about this vast industry, RMG industry, and why we are paying our valuable time here. Yeah, of course there are some reason, because we would like to learn something from the sector, and would like to work, and we would, of course, we would like to uplift our country, and it's very possible, but to uplift, to reach a, a, very good position. We can take our country in that position through the sector, because if I consider about the total earning in Bangladesh, 83% of our export earnings, total export earnings, 83% is covering by the sector. And this year, 2002, and it is 15th anniversary of Republic of Bangladesh, and honoring this 15th anniversary, the new slogan of garments manufacturing sectors is $15 billion by 2021. It is very high ambitious. It's okay, but yeah, we have to keep honor, and it's possible, because again Bangladesh is the second largest RMG industry in Bangladesh. In the world. And in if I consider about the in Bangladesh, in the what is the position in Bangladesh of this industry? If you say in the GDP growth, GDP, percentage, contribution percentage, that is also 14, 14 plus percentage. And then if I say another thing is the sector contribution, about 38% industrial value addition is taking this from the sector. And then strong foreign currency reserve, then export earnings, billion of dollars. And if I say that's a remarkable social and human development over the decade, that is also keeping part in social part here. And then creating job for million of peoples. And if I say current, it's 4.22 million people directly working here, and out of 60% is female. So that's the yeah. Yeah, so lots of things here. We will discuss going gradually. Now we would like to start our the third class. Third class on merchandising follow set. I would like to request the viewers, the friend, please be with me, because of course we have decorated a lots of some class, and gradually we will learn a lots of things through the sector. So let's start our third class today. You already have discussed that's total merchandising is a big task. Starting from marketing to taking order, then up to shipment and fund realization. Totally lots of work. That's why I've tried to cover up the whole work through this flowchart, and there is a total. I have divided into 23 part. As you know, it's not possible to discuss all points in one class. So today in third class I am going to share first 10 points, and on fourth class uh, I will cover up the rest points. So today, the first what I have to do of a merchandiser. See, after doing the first, a successful marketing, when all are set up, then the merchandiser have to collect the spec sheet. Garments take back from buyer, and after getting the take back, what very firstly have to keep in mind that after getting the take back, yeah, the merchandiser should have to have that knowledge to analyze the take back. And for this he need of course he have to take support from different, different team, different department, different department like lab department, and then technical person. On sampling, the technical person is there, and on lab also there are technical person. So in together as a team have to do the analysis, whether any risk is there. And then the very very important task of a merchandising after getting the tech pack, that is costing. And the same time, of course, have to study the development also. On the costing, it's a it's very very, you can say it is a heart of a merchandising. It's a vital part. And for the costing, a lots of thing I have to keep in head. That is what's I have to need. First of all, have to make a list. That's for this costing. What we are supposed to do, what the supporting papers and supporting things need for completing the costing. First of all, what I have to do, the consumption of that product. And for the consumption, if it's very expert, can do by hands. If time is not available, sometimes we have to do the costing in a front to front and decks, going to with buyer. And sometimes we are visiting in outside. Might be the meeting might be in Hong Kong, might be in Thailand, might be China. So whenever we are going to we're doing the meeting face to face costing, that time we have to do the consumption in hand. And but if get enough time, of course, so we are supposed to take the help from the cat section to get the proper consumption. Then I have to collect all the costings. All the trims, materials. Fabric. Then I have to collect the swing data from I. I'm It's a vital part of I also. Yes, thread consumption. Then need the operation bulletin also. Through this operation bulletin, we can get a lots of things like SMB, then productivity, efficiency. All things is needed. All things are needed for proper costing. So after doing the initial costing, so what we have to do the initial costing, as well as have to make the development sample parallelly. So after doing the costing, I have to share the costing to the buyer. Same time, it would be very good if can share the sample also, because if you do the costing, maybe costing a little bit more the price, but if buyer and the customer, and if same time they have they receive the sample, so both they can analyze it. It's a sample, it's a costing. So that would be easy. And buyer also have a bit confident that yes, this factory can support, because so we have got the sample also. It means the other confidence will be a little bit up. But sometimes we're having problem that we're doing costing within 1 or 2 days, but it would be sometimes it's not possible to send the sample. So is here actually to make happy, and to make, to grow the business. It would be very helpful to if you to keep some ready, ready fabric, or ready go. It's not possible all time, but if it's possible, to give the proper support, the costing and sampling at the same time. Then if sample, so if sample, what the sample is, and development sample, if it's okay, then costing is okay. So what have to do, a merchant have to negotiate to confirm the order. And if not, what have to do, if not, have again have to redo, have to do recosting, then resample. This process is used to go toward some days to finalize, before finalizing the order. So, but then in parallel, also there are some more tasks. In parallel, you have to do collect the final update artwork from the buyer, to start the lab dipping. What then lab dig, stack up, dex loom, development as per the requirement. So you have to also know about what is lab dipping, what is stack up, what is dex loom. Lab dip, gradually you will learn from the rest class. So a merchant have to have total idea about lab dip, strike up, dex loom, about all things. Then if everything is okay, might be there is some negotiation or corresponding will used to go for some days for sampling and costing. Then everything is okay and set up, and everything is final, then request customer to issue the final PO sheet with the details, with the details. And then after getting the final PO sheet. Then a merchandiser is, very careful, have to handle everything, have to make according, based on respecting of the TOD, time of delivery, garment delivery, or CRD, you can say, somebody say, they have to make a proper TNA. And then what have to do is very important, but that is also it's merchandiser need to sit with the planning department to book the production space as per the TNA. What the TNA, action calendar made accordingly. I have to do the plan with the planning department, and from the planning department have to collect the PCD and PSD. PCD means plan cut date. When according to the plan, when they cut, when they start the cutting, and when PSD means production start date, when can start the production. Of course, have to keep respect the time of delivery. CRD or TOD. And in the meantime, have to after and have to make a final costing, reviewing final take pack, rechecking fabric and thread consumption also, because now have to keep in mind that it's very important, because already we have received the final order sheet. So whatever now we have to do it, have to do it very carefully, because it's very risk things. If you make any mistakes, that would might be a big problem. So and that's why everything should have recheck. Then OB also have to check the OB, which contains SMB, productivity, efficiency, according book the fabric, and according have to book the fabric and trims. If require yarn also for if it is knit order, there is yarn also need to book. Then if the garments need washes, have to book the wash space. If there is embroidery, if there is placement print, record say also accordingly have to work. And if there is AOP fabric, so have to source where we can do the AOP, or when we can collect, we can do the AOP with this timeline. So have to book the AOP factory also according the requirement. And then be very strict on MID. MID means metal in-house date. So based on TNA, based on TNA that is fixed upon PCD, then PSD. So you have to respect this one, and for that you have to keep respect on MIHD. Materials in-house date. Of course, the material in-house date would be, before 3 or 4, or even it would be very good. Even it's possible to make in 10 days back, if you make the MHD, and make all fabric and trim in-house within MHD to get PCT. And then make I have to do make counter sample, then tag sample and PP sample, all with all the actual fabric, have to make this sample, PP sample, to get the tag from the buyer. Because it is the for the production, people they have to need some approval, and you can give this approval through this tag red tag sample. That is the sample, so you have to follow. That's all for today's, and the balance point I will discuss on the next class.